18 years of sucking fat out of stomachs, yet nobody believes me when I tell them this. Eating frozen blueberries before bed burns fat while you sleep.
Drinking detox tea before bed boosts nutrient absorption and will help shred that stubborn layer of fat surrounding your waist.
5 things women should never put in their bodies from Booby Doctor of 22 years. Eating frozen blueberries before bed burns fat while you sleep. Doctors won't tell you this, but it activates brown fat and lowers cortisol.
The fitness industry is under attack. And no, it's not related to Mike Israel tells Tan or some nutjob telling you to eat organs while taking Tren. I'm talking about AI. Artificial intelligence. You know, that thing that was supposed to cure cancer, but only resulted in weird edits of bodybuilders dancing? Yeah, it's currently being used to make fake doctors and turn them into supplement-pushing influencers, and to give your favorite online coach a client portfolio that they never actually had. So, today we're diving into the deep world of AI in fitness, and how it's quietly, efficiently, and very stupidly ruining it for everyone in the fitness scene, and why it's quite literally helping people scam you into buying their supplements and courses. Now, let's start with the most obvious scam. You're scrolling through TikTok or YouTube Shorts and you hear this deep, confident voice saying something in the lines of, "As a doctor with over 10 years of experience, these are some of the supplements I used to take for X, Y, and Z problems." Now that would usually sound trustworthy. The problem is, this doctor doesn't really exist. These are all AI clones, built from stock footage, fed into a ChatGPT script and voice cloned through something like 11 Labs to sound like your dad's cardiologist. I don't know about you guys, but I find that to be pretty darn scary. That somebody can just make a fake doctor based on a real doctor to provide false credentials and then spew some BS about a health trend or supplement that they just happen to have in their bio.
22 years as a boob doctor, and nobody believes me when I tell them this. Drinking detox tea before bed boosts nutrient absorption and will help shred that stubborn layer of fat surrounding your waist. It's gotta be 100% organic, so this specific tea from Amazon is what I always recommend to my patients.
That is actually super illegal, and it's not just sketchy supplement advice either. We now have AI-generated gym bros giving out diet plans, doing what I eat in a day videos, mobility routines, sleep hacks, all with zero accountability, no qualifications, and absolutely no real body or even experience to back it up. I actually remember seeing a few coaches use AI to generate before and after images of women to sell their own coaching and then buying hundreds of thousands of followers to gain credibility. And to be fair, most of us in the industry or young people who have grown up with social media wouldn't buy into it. But it can be a serious problem for older folks or people who just don't have a good eye for catching what's AI and what's not. At this point, you could quite literally just make a Jack guy and call him Dr. Chad Squattington or something, throw him in a video saying L-glutamine cured my anxiety, and somebody's gonna buy it. It doesn't just stop with these fake voices and fake faces though. Now we're seeing AI-generated coaching businesses. People using ChatGPT to write entire training plans, DALL-E to create shredded avatars of themselves, and video AI tools to coach clients without ever doing a single repetition or sending a single custom video. Some of these coaches don't even lift. They're just running Instagram ads with buff AI physiques and charging real people real money to get these so-called custom plans, which, let's be honest, are just based off of free templates you can find online anyways. Oh, and don't forget about the DMs. They're writing stuff like, "Hey bro, I'm an online fitness coach and I just noticed that you're into working out." And I can actually tell that people are catching on because sometimes I DM people on Instagram after they've answered a poll or reacted to something I posted, and people think my DMs are AI too now. Now, here's where it gets even worse. Not only are voices and advice being faked, but literally the bodies too. Now you have influencers who are using AI video tools to make their waist smaller, shoulders broader, abs pop more or harder than reality ever could. They're not even using like Facetune to smooth things out, they're just using straight up AI generated stuff. There are people selling fat loss coaching while literally using fake physiques. And a lot of people probably cannot tell the difference. Just how I can't tell the difference between Greg Doucette and this random character from One Punch Man. That is a huge problem, because now, the more edited your body is, the more credible you seem online. Meanwhile, real coaches and athletes, the ones who actually built their physiques naturally, spent years studying anatomy, physiology, biomechanics, they just get pushed to the side by Mr. TrendGPT over here who doesn't even exist. Now, I know this might sound like just a fitness problem, but it's really not. This is happening everywhere. There are entire businesses being built off of just synthetic credibility and getting tanked in quality because of it. And some of you might be thinking, thinking, well, who cares? If people fall for it, then that's on them. But here's the thing, these AI-made scams don't just trick lazy people who are only after a quick fix, they might trick people who are genuinely trying to make a difference in their own physique and health. Because when you combine the good script, a confident voice, a buff, trustworthy looking guy in a lab coat, then you have got the recipe for influence in the fitness scene. That is exactly what AI is doing, creating synthetic influence at a larger scale. And when you flood the internet with 100,000 videos of fake fitness experts every day, even the real ones will start to look questionable, unless it's somebody you've been following in the industry for a long time. But this also goes back to the actual coaches, the ones writing programs based off of science and experience in the field. The guys that are answering client questions on Sundays, adjusting macros, looking at lifting footage, giving actual feedback, building habits, all that good stuff, that's becoming a lot harder to compete with. Because if some AI bot can promise you results in 30 days with a hyper-edited physique and zero overhead, the real coaching that people do starts looking expensive, slow, and ironically less trustworthy. Like if somebody came to me saying, oh, I want to put on 100 pounds to my bench in 1 year, then I will give them a reality check on that goal. But if you went to some AI coach, they would just tell you, yes, of course you can do that, and then give some silly reason as to why they'll be able to guarantee you these results. While in reality, no coach should ever guarantee anything, because these are people we're working with individualities. Now there's an actual problem that real coaches get punished because fake coaches look too perfect. As a coach myself, I literally spent 5 years studying exercise physiology in uni, and this pisses me off. Not because people are just making money with AI, but because people are getting scammed, and it's taking business away from people who are actually competent. Now, I don't care which coach you go to, as long as you're making progress, that's the most important thing. But AI coaching does not individualize, and it just takes information from sources on the internet without checking their credibility. You're just gonna end up with a messy program filled with bro science and no actual foundation for either periodization or individualization. So where are we heading? Let's just say that we're probably half a year away from seeing somebody create an AI version of Arnold telling people to eat only liver and lift stones. But jokes aside, this is a real problem. If we don't start asking, is this person even real, then soon nobody will be. The industry becomes a performance, a hallucination. You don't even need to be fit, you don't need to lift, you don't need to have a voice. You just need an AI pipeline and some good lighting. Heck, maybe in the future people will be able to make these videos with their own faces and make themselves look like maybe a Greek god with AI technology. I mean, just look at how much AI has advanced in just the last 2 years. Imagine what it can do in the next 5 or even 10. So what do? To avoid getting scammed by these people, you have to be smarter. You have to look for proof in training, look for people who have been around for ages, who have coached actual clients, who also show their unedited progress photos, who answer real questions and real knowledge and check their stories, check their messages, everything. Because while AI might be able to fake credibility, it cannot fake experience. Not yet anyway. But AI isn't just automating the fitness industry, it's quite literally dissolving it. The line between real and fake is kind of getting so blurred that I'm even starting to wonder if I'm an AI voiceover in your head just telling you to eat protein and touch grass. But until the day ChatGPT starts benching more than me, or it can actually create individualized and proper plans for anyone above a beginner level, I will keep calling this stuff out, because I believe it's really important to meet social media nowadays with more than just skepticism. You sort of have to be a critic. Because yes, even though we're getting better at spreading good information through these platforms now than ever, we're also getting a lot better at spreading misinformation, and some people are using that for their own financial gain at your expense. But what do you guys think? Is AI making the fitness, wellness, and health industry worse? Or can it actually be used as a tool to help a lot of beginner lifters with info, programming, or just other simple tasks to a degree? Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Don't believe everything you see on social media, be critical, and I will see you all next time.